Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Who the Fuck Asked You. I'm with my dog, my right hand man, the guy, Rio. What's happening, brother?
Yo, what's good, brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good, man. It's been a long couple weeks, waiting to get this one out. I'm super excited about this one. So
Man.
so people can find out how crazy you is. I know this list about to be wild.
No, I think you actually gonna be. I think you're gonna be proud of my list.
We shall see. As long as Jaquan ain't on here, I'm cool. So before we get started, you know how this goes. We got to send a shout out to the fam, baby. Shout out to the Childish Grown-Ups. Shout out to the Culture Garden, another podcast I'm a part of. Ray P. Rich, what's happening? What else we got? Shout out to Another Week in the Books. They always show a young brother love. So shout out to Spike Lou and Rich again. That dude is a podcast monster, man. I say that every week, but it's true. So shout out to them.
Man.
Something else that I haven't been doing on here is like telling people to like, share, subscribe, and all that. I feel like that goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, share, subscribe. Also, there will be, explicit content. So if you don't want to hear no cussing, you get on out of here. Your kids don't need to hear this. We talking that one talk. So yeah, for sure. So with that being said, let's talk about what we talking about. We talking about the 5 best rap debut albums of all time.
Top 5. Die line.
Straight up. Tell the people how you came up with this one, brother. Because I was at a loss this week, our last week, with what I want to speak on, and you came up with this one, and I thought it was perfect.
Honestly, I mean, I think that it's just really something that is kind of centered around our podcast. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we for the culture, and what's one of the biggest things that you can talk about really in like cultural talk. I mean, outside of when you talk about music, you're talking about top 5 debut albums. I think that's like one of the things that people, especially like in my barbershop, we talk about. We just had a conversation a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean, around this, which is kind of how I you know what I mean, like, and this is after like deep realization. My number 1 debut album actually is catapulting off of this conversation.
Okay. I like that.
And I know you really, you know what I mean? I know you're really big in the music, not only you, but your family, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Last name Jackson for a reason, people.
Straight up. Speaking of Jackson, man, check out that Michael that drops April 24th, 2026, man. I'm super excited.
Oh, I watched that trailer and got chills, man.
Yeah, the criticism is crazy to me, man. The criticism is crazy. Speaking of which, I'm just gonna speak on this real quick. Listen, for y'all to say that this man doesn't look like Michael and he looks like Jermaine, well, listen, that's Jermaine's son playing Michael. Yeah. And for you guys to say he doesn't look like him, those are his genes. I promise you, he looks like him. And let's not speak on the last time we had a situation where the actor looked dead on the person they were supposed to be. We ain't heard from that nigga since, and the biopic was trash. So,
Yeah, nobody ever said that Will Smith looked like Muhammad Ali. He just did a good job portraying Muhammad Ali.
Exactly. So, people crazy. And then I heard something about the nose. Like, listen, go look at old pics of Mike, man. Y'all the reason that he changed his nose, man. Leave that man alone, man. That's the GOAT. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just, I'm a diehard Mike fan. I was wearing the shirt yesterday, man. Just letting niggas know, ease up off my dog, man. So with that being said, let's get into it, man. First off, before we get into this list, I know we mentioned honorable mentions. What is a classic album to you? What has to be done for it to be considered a classic album?
For me, one of the biggest things to be considered a classic is one, impact.
Yes.
Two, the replay value.
Yes, I like that.
And then third, how does it hold up against time?
I like it.
So that's what I like. That's why I like when stuff comes out and people are like, "Oh, that's a classic." I'm like, "Well, give it some time before we can determine if it's a classic or not."
Yeah, and there are a few albums, and I feel like it happens once every 3 years, maybe 5. There's some shit that just drops and you just know, like this is it ain't nothing like sound like this. And I think that has a lot to do with the originality of the project. You know, exactly what you said, the impact, longevity, bars, beats, you know, all that matters too. So
yeah, like, and you know what I mean, like production and stuff obviously goes into how I feel about that album, you know what I mean, which goes into replay value.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, you are absolutely right. Like, it's certain things that drop in, especially like when you talk about movie or music, like anything like with art, there's certain stuff like you really only need one time to be like, oh yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, you know what I mean? This, because we're not talking about R&B or, you know, pop music in general, I'll just drop like an album name. Like when Michael Jackson's Bad album dropped, that's a classic. Like, you didn't need time to know that.
No.
You know what I mean? Also, when Off the Wall dropped, you didn't need, you know what I mean, or Thriller. Like, those were all instant classic albums.
Yes. I agree with you 1,000%. I was gonna say, you know, I was gonna use Confessions. You know, Confessions is the last album to go diamond. As far as sales, like physical copies, diamond. So shout out to Usher, man. That was a
Jermaine Dupri. Dog. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri on that one. I'm not even gonna with you.
Yeah. Straight up. So let's get going. Let's talk about those honorable mentions, man. I'm ready.
All right. My first honorable mention, I'm going with Harlem World.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm going with Harlem World, man. Like, I mean, you got to think it dropped as a 97 when it dropped, and it's or 98, and it's coming off of the, you know what I mean. Obviously, Bad Boy was in a real weird space at the time, coming off of Biggie's passing.
Yes,
and everybody was trying to figure out, you know, who's gonna be the next person to really carry Bad Boy.
Yep.
Because, you know, Biggie was he wrote for Junior Mafia, you know what I mean? And then obviously his albums and his music alone was carrying like the rap side of Bad Boy for a while.
Absolutely.
And out of nowhere, you got this young up and coming guy. We heard some stuff from him, you know what I mean, through the time, but he didn't have a solo album.
Yeah.
Harlem World drops. And you talking about an album within its first year going platinum.
Crazy.
You know, M.A.A.d, you know, it's just one of those weird things where M.A.A.d is, you know, people know him today, but also the younger people don't really know his work. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, M.A.A.d to me could have been probably a top 25 rapper of all time.
I'm with you.
You know, but then, you know, he obviously he left music, began his spiritual journey, became a pastor. But you know, but the classic line, you know, don't leave while you hot. That's how M.A.A.d screwed up.
Yeah. And I'm with you, and I think people, especially if you didn't grow up in this era, don't really understand how heavy that Notorious B.I.G. M.A.A.d thing was. You know, he speaks on it on the album. I'm not here to replace the Notorious. Like, because
Yeah,
people were saying that. Like, and I don't even know if that song was written before he got shot, died, or what. But regardless, there was tension in the air because Mace could rap. Like this nigga
yeah,
could rap his ass off to the point where people was like, "Damn, hold up," the kid with the slow flow. Um, and if you don't believe it, listen to More Money, More Problems. Like,
yeah.
yes, that's big song, but originally was not. Um, and Mace holds his own on it, easily holds his own. So, that's one of them. I'm with you on that one. I like that. I like that one.
And one of my favorite stories regarding Mason Big, the
Yeah.
fact that Mace said that or Cameron said that when he first got into the rap game, Mace actually took him to see Big and let him rap for Big to
Mm.
determine if whether or not he could rap.
Yeah, yeah. What Big say?
Oh, Big,
Trap. Get this shit
yeah.
out of here. Nah, I fucks with Cam. That's my dog.
Yeah, nah. But he said, Big kind of gave him like that stamp of approval,
Yeah,
and it was crazy because Cam. I mean, you always would be like, well, dang, why didn't he just take him to Puff? But I mean, shit, I wouldn't have took him to Puff either. I'd have been like, yeah, let's go to a nigga to no rap. they can
yeah,
rap.
yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my first honorable mention. Some people might go, "What?" But listen, this my list. To you too, nigga. This my list.
Oh,
My first honorable mention is Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt.
okay.
Um, listen, I fucks with Jay, but my my relationship with Jay starts right around the Blueprint. Um, I do like his first 3 or 4 albums. I do, but to me, it goes, Blueprint, whatever, Reasonable Doubt. Like I don't have Volume 2's in there somewhere, but I think that just
My God.
yeah, Reasonable Doubt is just the pinnacle of luxury rap. I don't know this to be true, but I definitely have a feeling that this album played a role in life after death. In Biggie changing his style to be more of a boss, Frank White, like, yo, I'm the boss, because Jay came in just talking that talk. You hear me? Just
Yeah.
my goodness. So and for what he did with this album, for it to be, for him to come, I came into this motherfucker 900 strong, like to come up with this by himself when record labels were saying no, and for him to come up with his own record label and get the job done and come up with this masterpiece is ridiculous. So that's it for me, and especially the originality of it. I definitely think that it changed the game where people were, let's talk this Cash Money, let's talk that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let's get.
No, I agree with you. I mean, like I actually had that like on my list of like honorable mention albums.
Mm-hmm.
I had that on my list. Like and I'm a huge Jay-Z. Like I mean, how
Yep.
growing up, both of us, obviously,
Yes.
my love for Jay, I tell people all the time, it came from Rich. Like,
Yes. Me too.
yeah, like that's where my love for Jay, like that's where it came from. Like, and I love Reasonable Doubt as an album.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those albums that became became a great album later in its lifetime.
Yeah. Absolutely. The first time because I wasn't listen. Luda was my dude.
Oh
That
yeah,
was my first favorite rapper, all that. So when I finally start getting into rap, um, and Rich was like, man, give Jay a chance. Like, and he was like, listen, start with the Blueprint. And that's the album I started with. And then I started going forward and backwards, and and very different sound from the Blueprint going back, because by that time, we talking about, it is 01, 02, where Kanye's coming in the game, Just Blaze, like,
yep,
the Blueprint sounds more current than Reasonable Doubt. You know what I mean? So, man, oh man, what an album though. Shout out to that. One of my favorite songs ever is 222's
Yeah.
The Evils is up there for me. Top 5 Jay songs of all time, man. I
Oh
love it.
yeah. I
So,
mean, look, I'm there with you as far as
yeah.
like my love for it. Like, um, feeling it is in my top 5. Jay-Z is one of my
Yes.
favorite 5 Jay-Z songs ever.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Uh, but I wouldn't place this in my top 3 Jay-Z albums.
No. No. No.
Like for me, it goes like as far as best Jay-Z albums is Black Album, Volume 2, Blueprint, and then Reasonable Doubt. And then
Okay.
American Gangster at 5.
Okay. I'm not mad at that list.
Yeah.
All right.
So
What's your next honorable mention?
this is gonna take me back to high school, but
Okay.
I think Food and Liquor by Lupe Fiasco.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was gonna be on there. I knew it. I knew it. I know you, man.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it wasn't 5.
huh?
I'm surprised it wasn't 5 or 4.
Nah, nothing. I really questioned, putting it in my top, but I'm thinking of all the great albums, like and albums that I love to just go revisit and you know what I mean, and just the impact that they had in rap. But Lupe, man, when he came on the scene, obviously like people didn't really take him like, bro, to think somebody could write a song about skateboarding, bro.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, especially at a time where gangster rap, was prevalent, like in trap music in that early 2000s.
Yep.
Bro, talking about Kick Push.
Yep.
Kick Push as a single went platinum.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I think that for me, it really drew me back into like real like hip hop. You know what I mean? Like the cadence of lyricism. And I always felt like, you know what I mean? And back then people had a running joke about, I look like Lupe, because I think it was just because of the glasses.
Yeah.
But but from top to bottom, like the replay value till this day, I could go back and listen to that album. Like Hurt Me So is my favorite Lupe song of all time. Like
classic.
Like crazy. He came into the song absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say? What do you say? Used to never call a girl a bitch until a bitch I dated. Forget my favorite word for hers and hers alike. You know what I mean? Like, but
listen, not to mention that great verse on Touch the Sky.
Oh yeah.
That's up there with great features of all time. That shit was just ridiculous. He killed that shit.
And also Food and Liquor is the way that we found out Jay-Z was coming out of retirement.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
let me ask you this question, because I seen this and I thought this was a dope question to ask. And I think who better than you to ask this? Do you think that Kanye's reign overshadowed Lupe?
Not necessarily. I just think that at the time, Kanye was so big and focused on his music, his career too. As it's Kanye. But I think that it was almost like they were by the time his second album came out, like and his second album did well also, but Kanye was so big and still growing as an artist himself that it was almost like, all right, well, Lupe my artist, but I can't really help, focus on helping him with his, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just one of those things where he kind of got left out, you know what I mean? And it was unfortunate, but I also think that Lupe didn't want to go in any other direction other than being a true hip hop artist. He didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I agree with you, but I also, the more I look at it, I realize that Kanye is amazing at finding talent, but it seems as though he doesn't. He'd rather use that talent for himself. As we know, Lupe, Sci-Hi, Big Sean, like all them cats
Common.
they write for him. Like
Yeah,
he'd rather
Charlie
use them.
Pauly.
Yes, he'd rather use them to write for him than to actually. I think the one person that benefited the most from Kanye is probably Common, with B.
Yeah, I'd
Because
agree.
when you think about Big Sean, like especially his first album, what it could have been, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
how hype everyone was for Big Sean. And
yeah.
then he dropped that like ass. Like that album was ass. Like
I won't say that, but it could. You're right. It could have been. It could have been better.
bruh, for him to have Kanye West in 2010, come on, bruh, cut it out. Stop it.
No, I agree. But I like Finally Famous wasn't a. It wasn't a
Shit was
bad album.
trash. Shit was trash.
I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't label it as trash.
Trash. I will die on that hill. What up, Sean? What up? What up, Detroit? Was it the 313? What's happening? This shit was trash.
So. Compared to the mixtape run that he was coming off of, it didn't hold up to that standard.
That Finally Famous 3, that Detroit. Yeah. Like, this is how you know, bro. He dropped Finally Famous 3, one of my favorite mixtapes of all time. Then he dropped that trash-ass album. And then to redeem himself, he dropped Detroit, which is another classic. Yeah. Come on, bro. Stop it. He know that shit trash. He had to get back in the studio and say, nah, man.
But Memories too is one of my favorite Big Sean songs.
It seems like he started to take more creative control of his shit.
Yeah.
Because it seems like he was, I don't know what was going on. I don't even want to speak on that. But yeah. But
you know, I mean, you are right though. I will agree with you though. I think that Kanye does tend to, because I think that ultimately what he wanted was, I want my artists to help me be better, but I don't necessarily care about the direction of their career.
And that's insane. But you see that a lot, because I think that my next honorable mention gets spoken of that way as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and speak on my number 7. I mean my last honorable mention. I wanted to put this in my top 5 so bad, and I probably should have, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. It's definitely in my top 10. Ludacris, Back for the First Time.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be in your top 5.
Nah, it's not. But this album means so much to me. Specifically for people who don't know, I am a music head. And when I grew up, I started listening to a lot of gospel music. I'm a big Winans fan, Rance Allen. And then my dad came home when I was about 8, and he got me hip to, I already knew about Michael Jackson, but I didn't know about Young Mike. So he got me hip to the Jackson 5 and the Jacksons and the Temptations, the OJs. So I just got into this Motown kick right around 97, 98. Hip hop was taking off, and I was gone. I was in the 70s. So, you know, my brother Rich finally just he persuaded me. I don't know how, but he was listening to, it probably was Fat Rabbit, and I just was amazed. Like, hold on, what is this? Like, and that was it. And this album is something that I definitely love. And one of the things about it is the originality of it.
Yeah.
Very original. He's still, I think that's one of my favorite things about him. We spoke on it before, is like, during a period where niggas was talking about murder, drugs, you know, all types of crazy shit, Luda just was rapping what he felt. Like, he never changed his style. Like, every blue moon you would hear him talk that tough talk when it was necessary. Most of the times it was because somebody took a shot at him, that he, would let niggas know, like, yo, don't let these corny raps that you are, what you might feel is a corny rap, fool you, nigga. Like, I gets in here and I can do everything you do, but better, shout out to T.I. So, with that being said, man, it's definitely one of my favorite rap albums of all time. I fucks with Luda, man. He had a hell of a run as well.
Yeah, nah, I mean, you're not wrong, bro. I mean, if you lived in that time, the impact of Ludacris was crazy in the rap game.
Crazy.
Like, you know, and people talk about, the people from the South and, Atlanta rappers, and people mention all the Jeezy and T.I., but Luda was doing it at a higher level back then before all them cats blew up.
Yep. And my favorite thing about him is he always stayed himself. So he never if you consider him commercial, then he always was commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like he never sold out. He never had to change his style. You never heard nothing that's just like, damn, Luda doing this. Like, because anything you hear him on, you expect him to be himself, and he does. Like, so that's one of my favorite things about Luda. Not to mention, damn, what's the song he did with Sierra? Was it Ride?
Ride, yep.
Ride. And I think that he spoke on this, that this is probably the best compliment ever is, that feature. Jay-Z, told a story about like Jay-Z saying like, bro, that's probably one of the best features I've ever heard. Like that pocket you found is insane in that song. Like that flow and that pocket you was in is crazy. Like, wow. Like Luda, like, yo, like, come on, bro. Luda different. Like, and I just hate to smut on Luda's name because he's doing more acting and he's on Instagram and loving his wife, and niggas hate. So,
and I think the one thing I've always appreciated about Ludacris is Ludacris has always been like a more, I mean, shit he rap about just like, like more upbeat shit. You know what I mean? Like he do rap about like, cars and jewelry and shit, but shit, he rap about shit. He try like the stuff he getting through. Like, he ain't out here trying to cook up crack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just a dude about his business and about his money. Like,
and that motherfucking that yum, that blueberry yum. Yeah,
oh yeah,
getting high for sure. So
oh yeah,
shout out to Luda, man. Definitely the man I credit for changing my ears when it comes to rap music, because I definitely wasn't in. I was like, all right, man. Okay.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is about Ludacris, I think that his first 4 albums were all so well done.
Yeah.
So well done.
Very original. Having the freestyle, the intro is always been just niggas talking shit and him just spitting. He's very, very, very original with his albums, and I love that about him. Always still being a broke hood nigga.
So. But the one thing I think that was the one thing about every Ludacris album, and that was the only time I would ever anticipate like, what's the intro? Like, fuck everything else. I want to hear what the intro, because usually people would do skits and stuff for their intro and not rap.
Yep.
But
and again, shout out to Luda again. I think Drake is one of those people that spoke on Luda being an inspiration for him. Tuscan Leather and damn, the joint for,
Over My Dead Body.
Over My Dead Body. What's the joint from Houston, Atlanta, Vegas? The
So Far Gone.
So Far Gone. Like that intro, like it's like Luda. Like Luda used to come in spitting 3 verses, just straight fire. So Luda really did impact the game, as much as niggas try to say he didn't. That nigga was different.
Oh yeah.
What you got? Number 5? I'm ready to get into this list.
All right, so this the number 5, and you might have this on your list, but it might be higher for you. So
okay.
Okay. But I actually had 2 on my top 5.
Okay.
Like I had a 5A and a 5B.
Okay. Niggas always breaking the rules. Go ahead, man.
but nah, bro. Niggas be trying to crucify me when I tell them, bro. Like, so my 5A is Get Rich or Die Tryin'. I don't think anything else needs to be. I mean, everybody know the impact that 50 had coming in.
You got that number 5?
I got that number 5.
All right.
I got that at number 5.
Crazy.
Top to bottom, I mean, it's a masterpiece of an album. damn near and single-handedly ended Ja Rule's career with
ain't no damn it damn sure did. Shit.
With this album, which is crazy because Ja Rule was on a heater for like 3 years, 4 years.
Cooking shit.
But, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like, first time I ever heard Many Men, bro, I damn near felt like I was a thug in the streets. Like, damn.
What?
But yeah, man, like you can go back and listen to this album today, and you almost feel like it just dropped. Like
20-year anniversary was I think he went on a tour last year.
last
Me and
year,
the wife went. Yeah, me and the wife went. Hell of a show. He played. He damn sure did the whole album. It was dope.
Yeah, he should, man. But it's an album. You talking about a album with no skits?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you wanted to hear a specific song, you would just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just get there when I get there.
Yep. Facts.
I'm gonna let this shit ride out. And I know, but you used to play this album.
Yep.
To death.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, but like for people that don't know, you were like the biggest G Unit fan.
Yes, sir. Like, yes, sir. And what people don't realize, and I'm gonna get into it a little bit more when I speak on Get Rich or Die Tryin', because I'm gonna let this brother speak his piece. Yeah. But in 2004, Get Rich or Die Tryin' was the most stolen CD of that year. Like, so much so that there was reports of people breaking into people's cars because they saw Get Rich or Die Tryin' somewhere, and they were just breaking. They ain't taking your wallet right next to the CD. They just want the CD. That's how hot this album was.
Yeah. Hey, and
went diamond.
Yeah. Hey, let's be real. Like, at that time, nobody was touching 50. Like, nobody was touching 50 at that time.
No.
And I think that the rap game was kind of looking for the next big thing, and it was 50.
Yeah,
50 was like that next big thing in rap music.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I just think that for anybody that talks about top 5 rap albums, like debut rap albums, it's damn near almost a sin not to have Get Rich or Die Tryin' in your top 5.
Yeah. And you shouldn't have it this low. But go ahead, man.
No, I mean, you can have it this low because it's better debut albums, but it's definitely top 5. But my 5B, now this is where things get interesting.
You about to say some shit.
I'm going with the documentary by The Game.
I'm not mad at that.
Hey.
Not mad at that at all.
I tell people all the time, if you like, the replay value on that album has always been top tier.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to that album just as much as I listen to Get Rich or Die Tryin'. And
you might be pushing a little bit, but I'm with you.
I'm dead serious, bro. Like, the production was crazy. The West Coast really didn't have any impactful rappers still at that level during this time.
Mm-hmm.
He, like, when Game talks about like reviving the West Coast like movement, he's not, bro. This is not a lot. Like, you can go back and you can look and say, hey, who are the top 5 rappers in the West Coast?
Exhibit.
From 2000 to who's more known for Pimp My Ride. You feel me?
What is it? Gorilla Black, Exhibit. Shit, I don't know for real.
Yeah. I mean, people were still, bro, and I get it, like, Snoop is a legend, but people were still trying to find something in Snoop around that time, bro. Like, and I'll give it to him. Like, Snoop he was always finding ways to make a hit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, when you talk about actually rapping, bro, like, Game put on a masterclass on the documentary, and the things that he did, bro, like Dreams with the Kanye production, bro. Not only had a bar in there, you know what I mean, about Maya, you know what I mean, but then had her in the video. Like, you feel me?
Cold shit.
Hey,
I'm not mad at it.
Hey, Dreams of fucking R&B bitch like Maya. When I seen that ass on the front of the King.
Hey. Listen here. I'm with you. I'm with you about 75%. I'm gonna go 75% with you. Here's where that 25% comes in of where I'm just like, we got to remember how big 50 was, bruh. Like, none of this happens without 50. You
You
know,
right.
I think that 50 knew we gonna add Game. Game is the second best rapper to me. Like, I'm not going far as just really being able to rap. Lloyd Banks was nice. He was a punchline king. We're talking 03, 04, not right now. Banks is different. Banks' style has changed, but we talking about 03, 04, whatever. 50 knew that this was going to be the bigger, out of everyone he signed, this would be the bigger album, you know, that this guy could rap on Kanye beats, Dre beats, you know, whoever. And the crazy part is, I don't think he's had a production album with this top tier production since. I'm not sure. I'm not the biggest Game advocate, and
not to this level, but he's had, like, when he did Jesus Piece, that was, you know what I mean,
fire
pretty,
album. But here's my thing too with him. 50 killed Game for me in a lot of ways. When they were beefing and he's talked about his name dropping, I just can't listen to his music the same, especially the documentary. Like, I still rock with it, don't get it twisted, but it gets old quick for me. Like, I can listen to about 2 or 3 songs, and then as soon as I hear Dr. Dre or him say
somebody
Maya or Lauryn Hill or what Missy Elliott, whatever he said, Aaliyah, I'm like, all right, bro. All right, I'm over it. And 50 just did that. You know, he killed him for me. But I'm with you, bro. Like, that definitely I thought about putting that in my top 5 for sure. Definitely crossed my mind. So I'm with you.
What you got for number 5?
Ooh, my number 5 is Snoop Dogg's 1993 masterpiece, Doggystyle.
Oh, Doggystyle. Okay.
Doggystyle. I don't think people. Sometimes I think our era forgets how big Snoop Dogg was, and it's probably because we were young. You know, by the time we come of age, Snoop Dogg was more of a damn near a character. You know what I mean? Like someone you look at, you know, about smoking and shit. But in 1993, 1992, 94, Snoop was the biggest rapper in the world.
In the world.
Period. That nigga was huge. Pause. And for him to, you know, get signed by Dr. Dre, you know, he comes with this original sound using that G-Funk, which, you know, Dre made so popular. Come with classic hits. Let's see what classics is on here. What's My Name? Gin and Juice. What is it? I can't get none if the homies don't get some. Like, which is all that shit is some, you know, part of slang and terminology that we still use in 2025 going into 2026. You know, the fact that his music videos was iconic, like him turning into a dog. Like, I remember being young and watching that video and being scared, like, this dude really's a dog. Like, this, like, because he looked like that Doberman or whatever it was. Like, he did. Like, I was scared, you know. But not to mention, again, his creativity. Murder Was the Case. You know, for those who don't know, he was going through that for real. You know, what's the joint from the album, the soundtrack, the one?
Which y'all talk about America's Most Wanted?
Yes, like, and again, shout out to Dre for being able to hear that talent, because Dre was in a bind. Dre, nobody knew what was next for Dre, and he ran into Snoop and changed the game again. You know, I feel like every few years, especially in the late 80s to the early 90s, Dre changed the game. Whenever he felt like it, just was like, you know what? I don't like the way hip hop sound. It's time to change this shit up.
Yeah.
So, and again, shout out to Snoop in the fact that, you know, he was the number one rapper in the world and he was still big enough, or should I say humble enough, that's the right word, humble enough to reach out and tell Dr. Dre and Suge Knight, yo, let's get Pac on this label. Let's get it rocking. You know, that's almost to the equivalent of 50 Cent in the game. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and you see how that rocked out. And eventually, you know, Snoop talks about it. Him and Pac did fall out. But that just says a lot about Snoop and his character. You know, Snoop's originality goes without saying. He's just different. He's the only rapper I know that can drop an album, or excuse me, a song every 2 years, mention his name, and it doesn't get old. Because he has at least, if you go to his essentials, he got at least 3 to 4 songs. What's my name? SNOOPDOGZ. Like,
Mhm.
he got so many songs spelling his name or saying his name, like the chorus, and they
Yeah.
all go. So
Yeah.
shout out to Snoop, man. I think
Yeah.
that was it, man. I think he definitely helped turn hip hop into the global phenomenon that it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm there with you. Like, I'm not mad at that. As your number 5. I mean, I personally, I'm not the biggest Snoop Dogg fan. I think back then, obviously, you know, it was more gangster rap back then. So I think that
Mhm.
for me, his music felt a little bit like more honest to, you know what I mean, to where he was at
Yeah.
that time.
Yep.
And like, bro, Doggystyle coming off of one of one of the most iconic rap albums of all time, which was The
Yes.
Chronic that he
Yes.
wrote for Dr. Dre.
And he
You
was
know,
on damn near every song on that.
he wrote
So
it. He wrote the
yeah,
album.
people was anticipating that joint. Yep.
Yeah,
Like, when old boy gonna drop? Yep, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah. So no, I mean, I'm there with you, man. You know, and sometimes it's hard for me to be like, yo, what's a better album between Doggystyle and Chronic?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because they Chronic was a Dre album, but it was really a Snoop album.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, but
And that's why I give the edge to Snoop, because he is ultimately the rapper. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, in his debut in the Chronic was dope, but
yeah,
his debut just was different. It
yeah,
changed. It gave you that stamp where it was like, is he just doing this for Dre? You know, is Dre writing the bars or is Snoop writing the bars? Well, that
yep,
clarified it. That Snoop is firing, he's writing the bars, nigga.
yeah.
So
Nah,
yeah,
yeah. Now I'm there with you. That's a really nice. That's a nice number 5.
thank you, brother.
All right, I go into my number 4,
What you got?
College Dropout.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That's my number 4 as well. So let's speak on it. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think that Rockefeller had a more anticipated rap album in the history of the label.
Mm-hmm.
And Kanye fucking delivered, bro. Through the Wire came out, and
Man.
like, bro, and we knew him. I mean, we knew like the production of Kanye,
Yep.
but like for him to have his own rap album and for it
Mm-hmm.
to live up to the standards that it did,
Yep.
and you know, regardless of, you know, you hear the stories about, you know, the writers that he had, but bro, like, you know, for him to drop and, you know, Through the Wire, such a success, all falls down to be his follow-up single to the album, which, you know, you have Stacey Dash in the video at that time. Hey, you know, and I think that type of I think it was the creativity
Mm-hmm.
aspect, like that we didn't see rappers really being that kind of forward and, you know what I mean, and artistic, and just having basically taken the creative control of their projects like Kanye did. You know what I mean?
I'm with you 110%. I also think we had never seen a rapper so vulnerable with who they were. You
Yeah.
know, Kanye knew who he was from the jump. You know, he never I don't know who this new Kanye is, but
Yeah.
old Ye was just different, man. He knew who he was, far as like, I'm making the best beats, you know, and that's what you're supposed to believe about yourself. Like, you know, if I ask you what's the best podcast, I would hope you would say this one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want, you know, that's how you should feel about yourself. And Kanye was doing that and speaking like that before anyone ever knew his name. You know what I mean? To get in the room with Jay-Z and to play him a beat, but then tell him like, yo, you know, I rap a little bit, like,
Yeah.
and spit bars for Jay-Z that probably Jay-Z was like, man, this nigga out of here, man. Like, but again, the reason I say vulnerable is because it's something about 03, 04 Ye that's corny but cool. Like,
Yeah.
you
Don't
know,
wear rugby polos,
yes,
backpack.
yes. Mayonnaise colored beans. I push Miracle Whips. Like, I feel like that shit sounds so corny if somebody else said it.
Yeah.
But you know, again, without a Kanye, I don't think you respect Drake as much. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
Man, his run was just different. And recently, when they dropped that documentary on Netflix, and you see all the struggles he went through to get this album out. You know, even him at the end of on the last song on the album, telling the whole story about like how hard he had to get somebody to listen to his music. You know, how hard it was. You know, at the end of the day, Jay didn't even really believe, and Dame really is the one that, you know, kind of pushed through for him. So it's a hell of an album. You had to be there. Everyone was rocking polos. Everyone wanted a Louis Vuitton backpack. Man, this dude dropped classic after classic after classic.
And
Like,
I almost want to say that he, in a way, made conscious rap cool.
Yes. He, see, and that's the thing too. Like, again, that's one of the great things about Kanye was it reminds me of that bar that Jay-Z says, like, you know, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 mil. I ain't been rhyming like common sense. Like, Kanye was very aware of the bullshit that he would be on. You know what I mean? Like, he tell you, like, you know, listen, y'all, don't go buy a chain with your first rap check, but then he go and buy a chain with his first rap check. Like, you know, do as I say, not as I do, you know. But he was very aware of it, you know, and that's what you loved about Kanye. It was just how real he was, you know. That's, everyone does that, you know.
And I think that it was something about that Midwest sound too. You know what I mean? Like, with us being from the Midwest, like, it's almost like it's relatable.
And not only that, and I don't know why we ain't talked about this yet, he changed the fucking rap game. Far as beats, everyone was using samples after the Blueprint. Everyone. I don't care who your favorite rapper was or who your favorite producer was, besides maybe those Timberlands and Dre's. If they were new to the game, they were sampling up some soul or something to the point where you're like, damn, this is a Kanye beat? Like, because everybody wanted to sound like Kanye. Everybody was trying to loop up, you know, the soul. And then Kanye was like, okay, everybody on that? All right, bet. We changing the game up again. Like, just different. And such a trendsetter that I don't care what he would have dropped. Like, he was so popular that it would have went right the way it did. You know, niggas would have fucked with it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, wow, that's crazy. Yep. So that, I'm with you there. That's my number 4 as well.
Yeah.
Get Rich or excuse me. Late Registration was what was at the follow-up. So the College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that whole run, that 3-album run was crazy.
Yeah, one of the best ever.
Absolutely. Yes. So
Yeah,
am I gonna go number 3 now, or are you gonna go your 3?
I can go my 3.
Go ahead, brother.
I mean, because that was both of our 4.
Yep, go ahead, brother.
My number 3 is Dark and Hell is Hot by DMX.
I should have seen this one coming.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you talking about anticipation for an album. And it's crazy because X actually he had 2 albums dropping the same year.
Crazy.
But it's Dark and Hell is Hot, man. Like, and bro, so one of my 5 favorite rap songs ever is How It's Going Down.
Yep, I'm with you.
I got to hear him perform it the year before he passed away. Remember he came to Cincinnati and he did the concert downtown.
Yep.
Dog. I got to hear him perform it, man. I damn near shed a tear, man. Like, hey, bro, like, but not only that, but like Damien, crazy track on there. You know what I mean? Where My Dogs, you know what I mean? Like, nobody in the rap game had and I think when you talk about Ludacris and his originality, bro, nobody in the game sounded like DMX for real. You know what I mean? No. Like, he was this rough. It was almost like it was this like raw talent. You know what I mean? Almost like it was this raw talent. It's just like if it's a athlete that's a freak athlete.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah, like sometimes you just can't describe it. He might not have the greatest career, but for a 2 or 3 year run, he was the best. He was probably the best player in the world.
Absolutely.
And that's how I feel about DM. But as Dark and Hell is Hot, got it. Like, I was like, yo, I cannot put this as an honorable mention and not have it in my, you know what I mean? Like, the impact that DMX had in that early 2000s, bro, it was insane.
I'm with you. I'm not mad at that selection at all. DMX was so different.
Because that was 99. And and at that time, and not to cut you off, but I'm gonna just say this last piece. But in like that 99 time, it was a super. And I don't know if you were like, and I'm sure you remember for sure. But like after Biggie, because I think Biggie was like the best rapper in the world before he died. This is my opinion, but I think that the consensus would say that, like, of hip hop fans. When he passed away, everybody was looking, because nobody regarded Jay-Z as being the greatest rapper in the world at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had a lot of hype from Volume 2 because it was probably one of the more popular albums, 98 going into 2000. But nobody was like, oh, well, yeah, he for sure does, you know what I mean? But when DMX came out, bro, like, I don't think Jay-Z really took the reign of that title until Blueprint.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm not mad at that at all. I think that I agree with you 1,000%, especially that what you said about those 2 or 3 years, that just DMX was so dope and so, I would say, unconventional. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't about rhyming as much as he was about the story, telling you what he got to say. I don't give a damn if this shit rhyme or not. It's going to be on beat, but I'm going to tell you this much. I'm getting this off my chest. I love that about DMX. Not only that, there's not a story or a word that he said that I did not believe. I believed everything he said. Everything. So when that man said, I'm going to sick my dogs on you, or whatever it might be, you better believe that man. DMX was different. Like you said, I feel like he might have been the original 50 Cent in the sense of just taking over hip hop, and not only taking over New York and giving Jay a run for his money. Where niggas was like, where maybe I'll say it like this, where Jay-Z finally thought he could breathe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, shit, I got New York. Like now it's officially my coast. And then you hear "Grr" in the background. He's like, hold on, who is this nigga? Grr, like, damn. Like, now I gotta work a little bit harder before I can officially take this shit over because this nigga, here come this nigga. So yeah, I'm with you, man. DMX was different.
And then on the story of the Rock the Mic tour, like
yes,
like bro, like the fact that like even if you watch backstage, like you can see the rap battle between him and Jay. Like this like DMX was a crazy nigga, bro. Like like, but wasn't no fear in that man's heart,
none
at all,
none.
But and the like the energy he had when he performed, but when Jay-Z even talked about how it was, one point in time, I think it was like 4 shows in or whatever, 5 shows into the tour, he was like, DMX had such a great performance right before he went on. Bruh said after that show, he had to let X start closing the show.
Yeah. Yep. And who else gonna pray for you at the beginning of the show, right before you kill every damn body in the song. There's not too many rappers that I've listened to their songs and I've shed a tear, but I definitely can say DMX is on that list of rappers who's made me shed a tear. His shit is just, some shit is just so relatable and it brings you back, where you just like, man, this nigga, man.
And I mean, how some rappers are, especially like, around the time were so like kind of braggadocious about, getting to the money but now I just listen to DMX albums like, it's just a hood nigga rapping. Like just a nigga from the streets. Like he grew up rough and he rapping rough.
Yep. And I don't think there's I want to say on most of his posse cuts, he went last.
Oh yeah. He had to.
Like he had to go last because it's one of those things where if he went first, second, most people cutting the song off after that because they know you ain't do nothing with him. Especially depending on who's all on the track. Man, he ain't did nothing with X. I ain't even about to X killed this shit. I ain't about to listen to this no more.
Bro, speaking of posse cuts, bro, to say that he had the best verse on 24 Hours to Live and Jadakiss is on this track, bro, in 97, 98.
Bro, he's the king of posse cuts. Like, I don't think he's lost a battle yet. He was on the joint with Redman and Method Man and LL Cool J, and I think he was like unknown on that. I think the Phenomenon album. I think it's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
murdered that shit. Like nobody really even knew who he was. And I'm talking about the niggas that was rapping with him. It was like, who is this dude? Get him in here so we can murder him. And that nigga dropped his shit, and LL had to rewrite his verse. Like, hold on, man, hold on. Nah, So DMX was different, man. R.I.P. to DMX, man.
Man, R.I.P. man.
Well, I'm gonna go my number 3. Some people might not agree with this.
What you got?
Some people might say this isn't his debut album, but I'm saying it is. I looked into it. A lot of people say it is. So number 3 for me is Get Rich. I mean, excuse me. Woo, Lord. Good Kid, Mad City. That's my number 3. That's your number 3?
I just gave you my number 3. Well, I will clarify for you. It is, bro. So some people try to say Section 80 was his first album. Bro, It's a mixtape. It's not an album.
Okay.
So Good Kid, Mad City is his first album.
Okay. Well, that's it for me. And I'll tell you, first off, the originality of it, the storytelling, concept, just everything. But here's what gets me, and I think this speaks to how great Kendrick Lamar is. I'll never forget this. I told Rich I was telling this story. So when this album dropped, I'll never forget it. If you're from Cincinnati, you know exactly where I'm talking about. I'm on Glenway, right by I think it's a Panda Express now, and a Target. I'm right there on Glenway. Yes, right by the plaza. Yes, sir. And I get a call from Rich, and we talking, and he was like, "Bruh, you heard that? You heard that? Good Kid, Mad City?" And I'm like, "What? Who is that?" He's like, "Kendrick Lamar," and I'm like, "Who is that?" He's like, "Bruh, what?" I'm like, "Bruh, I don't know who that is." He's like, "Bruh, pull up. Where you at?" And I told him where I'm at. I'm like, he like, "Bruh, stop right there at that Target and go get that album right now, bruh. Like, no bullshit, right now." I'm like, "All right, bruh." Usually I would say, "All right, bruh," and keep driving.
You got to listen to Rich on this, bro.
But when Big Bruh call and he get that sound in his voice where he like, "Bruh, I'm not bullshitting you." So I did what he said. I put it in, pause. One of the best music decisions I've ever made in my life, man. Kendrick Lamar changed my life. The album was fire, the creativity, and this is what really got me. He's from the West Coast. I'm not the biggest West Coast guy. Like they just talk different. You know, their lingo is very different, all that. So I'm just like, dude was, bruh, what? Album was everything. And I bought the deluxe. That's back when you could get the regular joint for $9.99, and the deluxe was like 15 or 13 or something.
Yeah, $13.99.
You know, and I got that deluxe. And what's crazy is, uh, County Building Blues was on my deluxe album.
Okay.
It was another CD, and it had 3 tracks on it. And a lot of people don't know that song. Like, and I just be like, bro, that's one of my favorite Kendrick songs ever, bro. Nigga went crazy on that joint. So that album is just phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
And again, the storytelling, like how it all blends together. And that just seems to be a thing with Kendrick. He's not really dropping the album if he can't tell the story. It can't tell you a story, you know.
Yeah, and bro, I mean, Good Kid, Mad City, it hits different. I think even like it aged really well to me. Like,
oh yes,
to me, it because to me, like you said, like, you know, with it being like super West Coast and a little different than like he's a different rapper than like Game is.
Yeah.
So for me, that album it grew on me with time.
Yes.
It wasn't like a first listen. Oh, I'm like, you know what I mean? Just because of what, like, sonically, like what I like in rap was a lot different, especially back then when it dropped. Like,
yeah,
you know, I've always been a bigger J. Cole fan than I've been a Kendrick fan. You know what I mean? But that's just because of J. Cole's style of rapping.
Yeah,
was always more appealing to what I was into. But bro, when I tell you, I was just listening to Good Kid, Mad City like last week, bro. Money Trees.
What?
Woo. Hey, bro, but the storytelling that he does in all of his albums, you know what I mean? But to come off of, like, my favorite Kendrick project though is Overly Dedicated.
Okay.
But to come off of the run that he was having leading up to his album, like, I didn't necessarily know what direction he was gonna go in. Right. Because, you know, when I tell people all the time, like, Kendrick has different pockets that he likes to hit. And I think it's one thing I respect about him more as an artist is he can bar you up or he can do something kind of light, but it's something that he wants to do.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, dog, Money Trees, that's a song I have listened to on repeat for like maybe down there 20 minutes. Like, just because it's such a good song, bro.
That one, what's the song with MC8?
What's the name of it?
That's probably my Man Down. Where you from, nigga? Hey, he just, let me tell you, 1993. Like, that's just, again, it speaks to what you're talking about, them pockets that he raps in. Like, and I've heard people say, like, I can't stand when Kendrick do that shit. Like, what?
Nah.
Kendrick just different. It reminds me of when he goes into those different pockets.
Oh, Mad City.
Yes. When he goes into those different pockets and stuff, it reminds me of Prime Wayne. You know, Prime Wayne had the ability to go from this pocket to this pocket, you know, and find a spot in the beat you didn't even know was there. You know what I'm saying? So That's insane. That's
Yeah.
insane, man.
No, I agree.
But yeah, I was in on day one. And what really sold me was when I got to Mad City and that story that he tells and how he blanks out his name, like, because I'm gonna tell you this story, but I'm gonna still stick to the street code. Like, I ain't gonna give you the nigga name. You know what I mean? Like, he just was different, man. And again, he was from the West Coast. I'm like, okay, I fucks with this, you know. And now that I'm such a big Kendrick fan, GNX, I can hear it and understand it and love it. You know what I mean? Because I'm so enveloped in the West Coast, and I think I know a little bit more now, where I can understand it. Like, that album is fire and it makes sense to me. But if I never listened to Kendrick before, and I started with that album, I'd be like, I don't like this dude like that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
No, I'm there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm gonna go into my number 2.
Oh man, let's get it.
Ready to Die.
Come on.
Ready to Die.
Hey, that's my number 2 as well. Let's get it.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it then. Okay.
Let's get it, man.
Yeah. So
I battled with this one, but go ahead.
You know what's crazy? I battled with it because I didn't know if I wanted to put it number 2 or number 1.
Me too.
But I will always give you credit for this because you remember when we first met, I was like, "Oh, Tupac a better rapper." You was like, "Nigga, trust me." So you know what I mean?
A lot of you niggas out there, man.
You know what I mean? And and I still got love for Pac. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But dog, Ready to Die, top to bottom,
classic,
is such an iconic album. Like,
yes, sir.
Biggie not only told amazing stories, but Biggie had it's like I can't even define the type of talent that he had. Like, it shit just was like, it was unreal. And for a nigga to say that he like, yo, I don't even write my raps. Like, this was before niggas was even talking about Ho. Like, before Ho was talking about he didn't write his raps. Like, like, this nigga Biggie was different. You know what I mean? But he was also a nigga, like, he knew himself, but he like, yo, man, for one, I'm a street nigga, but you know what I mean? Like, but I'm pulling hoes too, like, you know what I mean? Like, but his cadence, but delivery
different.
Insane. Like, when I tell you that, and I don't care what type of mood you in, Biggie got a song for you.
Yes, a fact.
Biggie got a song for you. You feel me? Like, you know, and he talks about in Ready to Die, like, in the fact that the name of the album is Ready to Die, and it's his debut album. And he got his baby picture on the cover of the bro. Like, that's different, bro. Like, you know, I don't even know where I can start. Like, Warning, like, was one of my early favorite songs, bro. Like that's, and I think that's the song that really got me. I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then like me listening to the story, you know what I mean? Like,
get you hype,
man. Like, what do you say? Nah, that's my nigga. Nah, man, didn't this fan one disrespect. I didn't say hell. We school me to the youngest people who back then when you was clocking minor figures.
Now they heard you blowing up like nitro when they want to stick the knife through your windpipe slow. So thank for warning me, because now I'm warning you. Let me tell you something, man. That nigga Big was different, bro. And just like you said, when we talked about Kendrick, those pockets, that voice, that how he's able to do so much. Give Me the Loot is the prime example. You know, Big talks about it all the time, talked about it a lot, where people was like, who is that featured on this song with you? He's like, bro, that's me. Like, like, what? That's you? Like, yes, that's me. Like, he's very animated. And my favorite thing about him was how laid back he was, how chill he was. Like, but he still have the ability to turn up when it's necessary, the ability to create a charismatic character when it's time. Like this dude was different, and yes, he was selling dope or whatever, but his first love was music. Like, he's his uncles, are his mom's from Jamaica. His uncles live in Jamaica. He would visit Jamaica every year, and they would play music. And he said that it something about it, like he just felt a connection with it immediately, and you can tell.
Yeah, nah, bro. And I'm sorry, bro. At this time, like, what was it, 92? Like, bro, Juicy, bro. Come on, like, nobody back then was thinking like that. You know what I mean? Like, as far as like, bro, like, and I guess you can give some credit to Puff for that, but he for people that don't know, like Biggie was really into like R&B soulful music too. Like,
yeah, that's why on Life After Death he has that song where they're singing. He planned on dropping a whole album like that. Player hater. So yeah, Big was different, very talented. There's nothing I would like to say there's nothing he couldn't do. Dude was just, and again, I feel like he just was caught up in the West Coast, East Coast bullshit. I feel like, Pac died, and then people started to blame Big, and he was an innocent bystander of some bullshit.
okay.
Big should still be here. So should Pac. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be, but Ready to Die speaks to how hungry that man was, how his life was going. It was horrible. Ain't nothing. I don't have anything left. I'm ready to die. Like, if this album don't sell, that's it.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is, when you listen to that album, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you listen to that album, bro, you can hear the hunger in that man's. You can hear in every song that he's fighting for his life. Like, this is it,
But the fact that he started off a song like "When I Die, fuck it, I want to go to hell. I'm a piece of shit."
Suicide thoughts.
You feel me? Like,
yep.
Like, bro, like that. Like, nobody was rapping like that, bro. Like,
yep.
And it wasn't like, yo, it's like a cool thing, but not it's just how, like, this is where I am. Like, you feel me? Like,
yeah. And then, and we'll talk about it when we get into like that sophomore type deal with albums, but when he finds that second persona, that Frank White, that swag, black and ugly as ever. However, you know what I mean? I stay Gucci down to the socks. Like, he just figured it out. Like, yo, I'm nice out here, man. I don't care what none of y'all say. I got this shit. I'm hitting some of the baddest women out here. Charlie Baltimore, Little Kim.
and I know people love like the One More Chance remix, but shit, he went crazy on the original.
What?
Which was on Ready to Die.
Went stupid. So, yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm with you, man. Ready to Die. That's my number 2 as well. I fucks with it.
and a crazy thing to mention is, people talk about the sales for It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Bro, he sold 250,000 copies in the first week. Bro, Big went platinum in the first month, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. 1 million albums, bro, in a month is crazy.
Big went crazy.
Like,
went crazy. Big,
and these are like physical album sales, bro. Like physical sales of music.
Yep.
Not like streams.
Yeah. I don't think people realize you had to wake up, get up, put on some socks, put on some shoes, put on a decent little outfit, brush your teeth, comb your hair out, just to go get an album. And they might not have it. So now you got to go to the other store down the street. Come on, man. Stop it.
But yeah, and that's crazy. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the first Diamond rap album ever, right?
No, MC Hammer's.
MC Hammer won diamond.
Yeah,
Can't touch this.
yep, trash it. Yep, it went. It went.
Okay, so this was the second because I don't think any other rap.
I don't think this one went diamond until later. I know
went
that
diamond
Life
later.
After Death did. Life After Death and All Eyes on Me both went diamond.
I know. All Eyes on Me went diamond.
Yeah, Life After Death did too. They doubled this, so
yeah, so you get double sales.
Yep. So yep. But what's number one, man? I'm ready.
Number one. So remember at the beginning of the podcast, I told you we were having this conversation in the barbershop.
Yes.
And we were talking about, what is the greatest debut rap album of all time? And we were thinking, and everybody was thinking or saying albums, and we were all just trying to figure out, and shout out to my barber Ty. He said he said College Dropout, but I think everybody else in the actual barbershop, we were all, because this was one that we had throughout, and we could it be? Could it not be? So thinking about this is an album that I feel like I go back to all the time.
Okay.
Like every year, all the time. It could be a random Wednesday. I'm like, damn, I want to listen to TM 101. Motivation 101. Jeezy. Bro, the most anticipated street album of all time, bro. When coming off of Trap or Die, the mixtape, which was a phenomenal mixtape, probably the greatest mixtape of all time ever made.
Yeah.
To follow up with this, and not only in your first album, you bro, and this is literally a trap album. This nigga talking about selling blow, you remember the Can't Ban the Snowman shirts,
so. Bro. Before you get started, I want to say this. On your 5, you had 5A, 5B. Mm-hmm. So my number 1, I have 1A and 1B, right?
Okay.
This is my 1B.
Okay.
This is my 1B, bro. This is my 1B.
Hey.
Thug Motivation 101. I'll never forget. Listen to me, y'all. July 26, 2005. I'll never forget that date. That's when that album dropped. You know how much, what? I listened to this album every day for a year straight, and I'm not over exaggerating. Every track, every day for a year straight.
Bro, bro, I can't put into words how fucking live this Jeezy album was, bro.
The beats.
Bro, the intro to, bro. Bro.
It definitely has one of the greatest 3-track runs of all time, right?
Oh yeah.
So you got Thug Motivation 101,
Standing Ovation,
and what's that? Is it Dedication? What is that?
No, it's what is it?
Damn, I just was looking at it too.
It was it Let It not Let It Fly?
It's a damn shame. I just looked it up too. Here I stand, a grown ass man. Yep, all by myself.
Yeah.
Grown ass man, a young nigga with some grown ass plans. But don't point fingers. You don't know that, man. Gangster music.
Yeah, gangster music. Yep.
And like you said, Trap or Die. You listen. Let me tell y'all how I got hit to Young Jeezy. I was in English class. I was on my way to English class in high school, and this nigga named Ryan. We was just talking about Ryan too. This is crazy. This nigga named Ryan. I can't remember his nickname too. That's why I was thinking about. We start roasting, start capping on each other, and this nigga was like, "You Young Jeezy looking nigga," like talking to me, and I'm like, "Bruh, what? Who?" He's like, "Nigga, what? You don't know who Young Jeezy is?" Again, I'm like, "Nah, bro, I don't know." He be like, "Bruh, check out Jeezy, Trap or Die, bro. Check out that mixtape." And I lived close to the bootleg, man. So I'm like, all right, but I'm gonna check it out when I get a chance. So I actually bought TM 101 before I bought Trap or Die.
Okay.
and both of them was in rotation.
Oh yeah, they should have been.
Oh my goodness, this album was this album inspired me to get beats. I lived on the west side, and you couldn't stop nowhere in the city and not hear a Jeezy beat coming out somebody's car. It just is what, especially if they had beats, it was over, bro. It was over.
Bro, that summer after that album dropped, shit, even before that, like with the whole Drop or Die mixtape, like, because that's how I originally got hit to Jeezy, just being in, because you remember that at that point in time, I was in Avondale.
Yep.
But no, but couldn't hear anything else on the streets, bro, besides, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, that shit sound kind of hard. Like, so one day I was hooping, and the dude I knew, he was he had his headphones on or whatever, and I just so happened to hear the Jeezy beat for the song Trap or Die.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, I just heard somebody listening to that. Like, he was like, yeah, this this that new Jeezy. It's like this that Jeezy mixtape. I was like, damn. So I go over to it was the Shell gas station right off Mitchell.
Come on,
Hey, it was a bootleg man in there. So, bro, I bought that, and I bought Diplomatic Immunity too, bro. At the same time, bro. All I was listening to was Dipset and Jeezy that entire summer, bro. So when that album, when TM 101 dropped, bro, I was like, yeah, this is not only a crazy sound, but my nigga had Hove on the track too.
I didn't even think that it was possible. Like, when I didn't think. I know that if I heard Trap or Die before I heard TM 101, I definitely would have thought, like, ain't no way he can top this mixtape. There's no way. Like, he done used all his best verses, because he doesn't seem like he has a plethora of wordplay. Like, he just doesn't seem like that type of guy. But man, that TM 101 went so crazy. Like I said, it inspired me to get beats. Like, I didn't get them until a couple years later. My mom gave me her Ford Explorer, but I bought 2 12s and put them bitches in there. And the first song I played, first album, was that TM 101. Like, it's that's how you know if your beats sound right. That nigga Zaytoven. Is it Zaytoven? Oh no, that's Shawty Red. Shawty Red. Excuse me, Lord. Zaytoven is Gucci. Oh shit. That shit just was shit was different, bro. Shawty Red had the game on lock. Like, man, oh man.
But not only that, but he got a Manny Fresh beat on this first out, bro, on the TM 101. Like, bro, yeah, Bun B on that album. Bro, like, it was nothing nobody like that. It was such a fucking Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, it damn near changed it to me. It damn near changed the sound of Atlanta. It shifted the sound of Atlanta for me.
Absolutely.
Because when I thought of Atlanta rap, I thought of like Ludacris and Jermaine Dupri around that time, and even like a little bit of Outkast. But when I heard this, I'm like, yo, what the, like, this nigga's going crazy.
Yeah, like, and then you think about trap music, and you think of Gucci Mane, and you like, I always think that
I've always been a Jeezy.
Yeah, me too. But I'm saying that what Jeezy did is I feel like everybody thought Gucci would have done. Like, not saying the style, but just how big he was. Like,
yeah,
Jeezy was so big, and people felt he represented the wrong shit. We weren't allowed to wear snowman shirts in school. Nope. You would get suspended if you came to school in a snowman shirt, because that represented drug dealing and all this shit. And this is crazy too. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. When I was working at Foot Locker, my general manager's name was Jay Jenkins. And I found out that Young Jeezy's real name is Jay Jenkins. So we used to call Jay Young Jeezy, that little white dude, man. Hey, this shit is hilarious. So Man, oh man, what a time to be alive, man.
Man.
July 26, 05. That's one of them albums I never forget the date. None of that shit. I listen to that shit every day for a year straight. The reason I know that is because July 26 is my little cousin Genesis' birthday. And every summer she stayed with us. And I remember it was her birthday the next year, the following year, and she had said it like, "You still listening to that?" I'm like, "Yes." This shit's still going.
Hey,
that shit jumped so loud that even if you had an anti-skip disc player, that shit still was skipping. That's how jumping that shit was. So
hey, hey, Jesus say real street nigga wouldn't change for nothing.
Hey, and he spit. One of my favorite joints by him is when he spit on that ether beat.
Oh, yeah.
Killed it on that Trap or Die ether. So nigga was different, man. Nigga was different. So that's your number one. I'm not mad at that at all. That's my 1B. I'm gonna go my 1A. You had it at number 5, man. Get Rich or Die Tryin'.
Yeah, I knew this was coming. As soon as you told me, as soon as you said we had the same number 2, I already knew.
That's 1A, man. 50 was a monster, phenomenon. You know, I always think about it this way. 50 said this. One of the best things 50 did was try to make his homies eat. You know, when you think about the Saint Nelly and the Saint Lunatics, you don't really know too many of the Saint Lunatics. When you think about Eminem and D12, you don't know too many of D12. He said his point was, wow, after he dropped Get Rich or Die Tryin', the studio was on him about dropping his second album. He was like, nah, I want my boys to eat. So they dropped the G Unit album. Fire. Then they dropped Lloyd Banks. Fire. Then they dropped Young Buck. Fire. Then they dropped Yayo. Okay. So listen. I say all that to say this. The best way I can explain 50's emergence and how he took over rap was, there's a story that Jay-Z told where, well, I think Memphis Bleak might have told the story, where Jay-Z called like an emergency meeting. I don't know. Somehow he heard Get Rich or Die Tryin' early. Maybe he only heard a couple songs. I don't know the full story on what he heard exactly. But he called an emergency meeting with the Rock. Nigga, all them niggas, all of you sit down. He said, listen, I don't know if what you niggas got planned, but you better drop it now. Cause it's a new nigga named 50 Cent coming. Whoo, and he about to tear the streets up. And niggas thought he was playing. And Get Rich and Wankster dropped, and it was over. It was over. You remember when Wankster dropped?
Oh yeah,
how big that was?
Oh yeah,
that shit was huge. Especially the
Bro, you couldn't go a day without hearing that song.
And you couldn't go a day without hearing, damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? Still looking at niggas like that. And we was still in high school. Shit. So, yeah, and again, I think that 50 always was a brilliant businessman, you know, again, trying to put his homeboys on and letting them eat off of his flame, so to speak. You know. And also, a thing that made him hot was his songwriting ability. Like 50 can write a song, hook, chorus, all that. You can listen to all those first albums, documentary included, and you can hear 50 all over it. You know, How to Hate It or Love It, one of the best songs that come out of G Unit, period. Shit's fire.
Yep. And 50 did Game of Solid and gave it to him.
Exactly.
He could have kept that for himself.
That beat is, Dre went dumb on that beat, but he also went dumb on that Heat. That beat with the gun clip. What? Yeah. Bruh. This niggas run up on you with them things out.
And if I'm, bro, like, and how common is it for your debut album to have 4 or 5 singles?
Crazy. Not only that, Cause he had Wankster.
Yeah.
He had
PIMP.
PIMP, but remember he had the remix to PIMP.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It had
Yeah.
like Snoop on it.
Yep.
Damn, there was a couple other cats on it. But yeah, anything he could take
Thanks
advantage of, he did. Then he bought Vitamin Water. Then they dropped the G Unit album, Stunt 101.
G Unit Reeboks.
The G Unit Reeboks. Him and Jay-Z had the shoe joint. Like I said, bought the Vitamin Water. I think that made him like a billionaire or something for a second. Like,
yeah,
dude was just, and now he's still around
doing like in TV,
doing TV and killing it in that too. Even though BMF trash, but
he just got canceled.
It should have been canceled 2 seasons ago. Oh, that acting on there is horrible, man.
And people try to say I look like the Lil Meech.
You know what, man? All you got to be is light skinned and you look like somebody. That's crazy.
That's it. Right. I promise that's it.
That's it, man. He said that. He said he looks
like nigga, you look like, you look like, bro. And I get it all the time, bro. People like, you watch that BMF show, you look just like that nigga Lil Meech. I'm like, oh nah, I don't watch it, but I know who he is.
Yeah, I'd rather look like him than the crackhead nigga that the crackhead shit. I can't remember his name, but yeah, man. Get Rich or Die Tryin', man. What a time to be alive. 2003.
Yeah,
it dropped February of 2003. Yeah.
And I'm not mad at you for having it at number 1 because I know what the album meant to you. So I figured that it was gonna be either 2 or 1.
Yep, that album. So when I first bought it, I bought it bootleg, right? Because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
After I heard it bootleg, I said, let me go get this nigga my 1850. He deserved this 1850. You know what I mean? Hey. So, and like you said, what also, again, before I get off of this, a lot of people don't know that 50 also changed the mixtape game. People don't know that.
Yep.
50 changed the mixtape game. 50 was the first rapper to take your beat and remix the song.
Yep.
A lot of people say, try to give credit to Wayne for that. Nah, Wayne mastered it. Don't get it twisted. But 50 started it.
Do you remember
one of those songs I remember is the Fat Fat. Them cupcakes got your ass fat.
Hey, do you remember who they DJ was? Who hosted their mixtapes?
DJ Who Kid.
Yes, sir.
DJ Who Kid.
Out the Who Kid.
Ooh, come on, man. You know I was around.
Hey, but before we close this out, I just want to say, can I tell people one thing?
Tell them.
Hey, so for anybody to think that, all right, so when I say I know what this album meant to him, like when I tell you, like, and like literally, like I lived with this guy. Like I lived with this guy.
Yep.
When I tell y'all, every morning on the way to school, it was only 2 albums this nigga was listening to for like 4 months straight.
That's it. Tell him.
It was, and I know for a 2-month period, he had Get Rich or Die Tryin' in his CD player. That's all that nigga was listening to.
That's it.
That's all that nigga for 2 months, like 2 months straight. Like nothing came, like that didn't come out. Nothing went in outside of that.
That's it.
But I knew it was either he was listening to that or he was listening to Ready to Die.
Yep.
That's the only two albums for like a 4 or 5 month stretch that this nigga was listening to in school. Yep. So when I tell y'all, like I knew where he was going when I had it at number 5. You know what I mean? I knew he had it on the list.
Straight up.
I just didn't know if he had it at 2 or 1.
Yeah.
But I knew it would be in the top 2.
Yeah, it was bad when my teachers used to run up on me like, turn that off, turn that down. Because I'd be booming that shit. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing. So, man, what a pleasure, man. Damn. I feel real nostalgic, man. We went back in time today, man. That was dope, man. Great albums, great times. I don't know what the next one, I definitely want to continue this discussion. I don't know if we want to do underrated debuts or maybe we can do sophomores because I feel like it ain't as many sophomores. I don't even think it's 10. but it might be. And maybe I'm just over exaggerating.
Nah, you're right.
They call it the sophomore curse for a reason.
Yeah.
So, maybe we'll do too harsh. They was too harsh on these sophomore albums.
Yeah.
But I ain't listening to Lloyd Banks' second album. I don't care what they say.
I bought it. The day it came out, actually. Right now.
FYE. FYE with Northgate. Yeah, I bought it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. Rotten Apple was a perfectly titled album name for that shit.
Listen, shout out to Banks, man. He dropped that Halloween Havoc 6 and that shit fire. So he done made up for it 10 times over, man.
Yeah, he has. Hunger for More 2 was good too.
All right. So thank y'all for listening as always, brother. Thank you for showing up and showing out as always, brother.
Hey, I appreciate you, my brother.
Again, like, share, subscribe, communicate. You know what I mean? Leave a comment. Anything you want to say, leave a comment. Hit us up on IG. The IG is the same as the title of the podcast. You just put pod at the end. So who the fuck asked, or WTF asked you pod on IG. And from there, we connected to that. So you can find us individually if you have anything you want to ask, talk about, whatever. Even if you want to say, man, that list was trash. Here's the best list. Send it.
What's your 5?
Yeah, because I talk shit. I talk shit back. So
hey, I will say this though. I do think we're gonna get some backlash because we didn't have one album on here. Like nobody mentioned the album.
Illmatic.
Yep.
I knew you was gonna say that. Well, I just start like Nas, so I'm the wrong nigga to talk to. All right, well, shout out to Hit Boy. All right.